Greetings, Grasshoppers, and welcome. Welcome to the day before the live event. Listen, I am so freaking excited. I may have to pop out of my seat at some point. Just launch straight up into the ceiling. I'll probably hit the ceiling fan. But you know what? I don't care at this moment because that is how excited I am to bring you guys, at least the people who have signed up, wink, wink, hint, hint, to bring you the very first live full day event I have ever done. I'm so excited because of the plans I have made for you. You bet. It is going to be like no other event you have ever taken part in. And before I get carried away here, I would like to welcome you to the Bot Signal today. My name is RJ Redden. Entrepreneurs hire me to skyrocket their engagement because most feel like they are shouting into a black hole online. They're creating content, burning the midnight oil, trying to get some traction, and they can't because there's so much content out there. And they sound like a carbon copy of everyone else. Basically, people are trying to do it in the way that other people tell them to go do that. The problem is they can't get any traction online. So I create legendary engagement experiences that help people click that button, connect with you, and convert like crazy. Bottom line, I'm on a mission to get 1 million people to join me in the engagement marketing revolution. Today, we're starting with you. So, my friends, good morning. Gosh, great day in the morning. I'm preparing for this live event and I'm just getting so excited doing it because I've been planning. You know what? Sometimes you realize you've been secretly planning something for ages. And then you get to actually plan it, and it's like, oh, well, I have that resource right over here. Well, I have this right over here. It's been a wonderful process. So today I'm going to pull back the curtain a little bit and show you how I'm planning my live event, how I'm kind of putting the building blocks together on this event, and some of the cool stuff that I have. I can't show you all the cool stuff, okay? Because then why would you sign up for the thing? No. There must be some surprise. You know, in horror movies where they show the guy sneaking down the hallway, they don't always reveal what's going to be going on. They make you guess at what horrible thing is going to happen next, and then they'll maybe reveal part of it. But the best films do not just spoon feed and show you everything. They leave a mystery behind that veil. And so we shall do today, because I will not be spoiling anything for you for tomorrow's deal. Now, small note, I will not be putting on the bot signal tomorrow because you guessed it, I'll be in the event. I'll be just kicking off that event tomorrow. So 10 o'clock Central tomorrow. If you want some RJ, you're going to need to sign up. Sign up like everybody else. Listen, babies, it's free. If you need to drop in and drop out, I'm okay with it. And I know that sometimes you sign up for stuff and then the date comes and you're like, I'm not sure. I get it. But here's the deal. If you sign up and then you show up, you get an extra special gift from me. I shall not reveal what it is. You know the rules. But if you sign up and show up, and that's where you go, skyrocketlive.com. Boop, it's running across the bottom here. You sign up and show up, you're not going to know what hit you because you know what? It's been a while. I've been doing lots of summits and speaking and doing all of those things. But it's been a while, and actually it's been never that I've had a straight, well, a straight. I don't do many things that are straight. But it's been a while since I've had, an uninterrupted period of time to talk about engagement marketing, which I think is the most genius thing that has happened to marketing in a whole long time. It's been a bit since I've been able to do that, and possibly ever. So gosh, I have so much in store for you. So let's talk about what I am doing to prepare. Because I think, if you have a live event in your future, well, all right, let's tell the truth. If you have a live event coming up in your future, hire Jane M. Powers to help you write your speech. Do not do it alone. Listen, I did it alone for a while. I did it. I'm a very entertaining speaker, and I know that. I was in in my state when I was a high schooler. There was a state competition for speech, and hardly anyone got to go to that thing. Everybody went to districts. Some of us went to regionals, but we all tried for all state, and none of us made it, except, that's right, me. I'm an entertaining speaker, and I know that, and that's been proven over and over and over and over again in my life. But it wasn't until I met Jane, and it wasn't until I hired her as my coach, that I was able to turn that speaking ability into sales. Honestly, I just wasn't. In fact, I had stopped taking speaking engagements when I got a hold of her. So that's my very first prep point for the day. If you don't know Jane, let me know. I'll introduce you. If you would rather have someone else, that is okay too. Just don't do it alone. Don't do your speaking engagement without support. I have got somebody looking over my shoulder at what I'm writing. I've got somebody writing for me. And that, my friends, is allowing me to do what I can do. So, point taken, I'm sure. No reason to beat that dead horse. I believe that you know what I'm talking about. Get support, people. Do not do it alone. You'll lose money. Well, I did. Anyway, that's a story for another day. What we're going to do today is look at my prep. So right now, of course, I'm doing the regular stuff, right? I'm doing the getting slides together. I'm doing the, writing what's going to be here in front of me. I'm doing all of those things, and that is perfectly good stuff. But there's something a little bit different about how I do things that I would like to chat with you about for a second. Now, the number one of the easiest tips that I have to say, if you've got several screens, do not put yourself on the screen that's right ahead of you. Put the bullet points that you want to remember. Trust. Because if you put your own face in front of you on the monitor right here, then what you're going to have is a tendency to make sure you look good and look at yourself constantly. I've done this. And it's hard to connect with people online, but it's even harder if you don't look at them. Seriously. You must learn to look at that little green light on your webcam or whatever you're using. I've said it before and I'll say it again. If it helps, tape some pictures to that thing Or do what I've done. Basically, I've got the second bedroom is the bot cave in my home. And so I've got a wall beyond my my laptop setup right here. And so I've got a picture of some people that are right there, so that it's very helpful to me. It's very helpful to me, actually, when I get stuck. I know the script is right here on my main laptop. I know that. But sometimes I still get stuck. And if I remember why I'm here, and the people in the picture that I have on my wall right now, those are the people that I want to help. All right? Those are the people that I'm going to change their lives with engagement marketing. All right? So when I get stuck, sometimes I look at that picture, I remember who they are, and I remember what kind of service I provide, and that helps me get back on track, along with, whatever bullet points I have in front of me. My friends, I don't necessarily love online instead of in person. I'm so much more effective in person. I can wander around. I can talk to people. Mock certain people. They all know that they'll be mocked. It's okay. I've cleared it ahead of time. But I mean, there are so many things that I can do. I can jump on and off the stage. I can make my little cape fly. So many things that I can't do while I'm online. But when I'm online giving a presentation, what I can do is make it absolutely bulletproof against me forgetting where I am. Absolutely bulletproof, because I have so many more resources at my fingertips. Whereas if I'm standing on a stage, ain't necessarily so. I gave a talk November of last year in Phoenix. Lovely Phoenix. Hello, my Phoenixians, if you're out there. I gave a talk in Phoenix, and I had skipped lunch, skipped some sleep that night, because, of course, I wait until the last minute to work on my slides. I skipped those things so I could work on the slides, and guess what didn't work when I got up there? Yeah. The little switcher thing, remote thing. And I know they put batteries in that right beforehand. They were having trouble. I mean, there was some trouble the whole weekend with all that stuff. And so it wasn't just me, but the clicker did not work. And then the amazing event planner, I love you, Mary Lynn. She found a second clicker and grabbed it and handed it to me on stage, so that I could still, click my slides forward. Guess what happened? Yeah, that one went out too. So there I was on stage. The resource that I have, besides this body and this face, which is terribly attractive, I'll tell you that. Anyway, the resource that I have for people to look at ain't working. So what am I going to do now? So what I did was, there's always, a sound and AV guy at these events. I had made friends with this man previously, because you kind of always want to do that, people. Never forget the people who are supporting you during an event. Never forget them. So he and I had made friends previously. And so what I did was call out his name and say, hey, every time a slide needs turned, I'm going to do this. And I did like a karate punch, and worked throughout the entire presentation. One time I had to go backwards. I said, backwards, and I gave the karate punch backwards, and he backed up a slide. I mean, you have very little resources on your hands sometimes. If you are presenting in front of a crowd, you're out there, baby. It's you. Now, I'm usually prepared for that kind of moment, but one of the benefits of giving a speech online is I got resources absolutely everywhere. I've got my talk in front of me. I've got the people on the wall behind my computer, or, you can tape it up next to your computer if you want. Whatever you want to do there, I've got a whole lot of support in this room. Now, I also have team members that are supporting me, and we're going to have a little chat today on what that entails, but that's another huge benefit of I'm speaking online instead of, speaking in front of people. So there are benefits and drawbacks to both. Very good. I want to teach live. Does that count? Yeah. I mean, it's all the same, right? I'm going to be teaching about engagement marketing all day tomorrow. I'm going to be talking about a whole lot of things that people don't necessarily know all day tomorrow. So there's quite a bit of teaching and speaking. So I do believe that counts. Now, so there is something a little bit different about how I deliver, because I'm focusing on the coolness of being able, what's positive and awesome about being able to present online as opposed to live. Now, there are a couple of different things that I do with my slides. Okay. And probably you've noticed this if you've been around a while, but I want to go over this anyway. If you are new to this group, if you're new to the bot signal, want you to know that there are some different things that you can do. The number one main difference that all of you can do without any software whatsoever is stop putting words on your slides. Stop it. Listen, death by PowerPoint. People just tune the hell out. And I get it. I get it because I went to school for a long time. I have 3 degrees in total. And I attended many, many lectures during that time. I came out with 3 degrees, which I'm very proud of, and I use daily, but I'm allergic to a lecture. I'm allergic. I don't care. Especially if you put it up there and then you read it. Wow. The only place that I have more than 6 words per slide, and that's really probably that's my limit. That's my personal limit for slides is 6 words. Unless it's a quote. Quotes are okay. Or it's when you get to a certain part of your presentation called the offer, and that's stuff that Jane teaches and everything else. There are times when I do need to list out the benefits of something so that it really comes across, but that is the vast majority when I'm talking is I'm going to have pictures behind me. I'm going to have pictures that demonstrate what I'm talking about. I'm going to have that kind of stuff. I find that the cooler you can make your photographs. So some fuzzy piece of whatever you just downloaded from Google that's maybe 300 high by 300 wide. Do not use. Use high quality photos. Do this for me. Do this for you. You must use high quality photos. And these photos need to evoke some emotion. I used to use Google Images like you wouldn't even believe, but now I've discovered resources that photographers are taking pictures for. Huge difference. Now, there are 3 kinds of images out there. The photographer stuff, that's what you want. Those are pictures that are designed to say 1,000 words, okay? And they've got a professional designing them. There are free places you can get these online, Pixabay, Pexels, those type of places. And that is exactly what I do. I also have a little service that I pay for because it makes a huge difference. Now, another kind of photos is just stock photography. You know what stock photography is. It's a bunch of people in an office holding hands and jumping up. When is the last time you actually saw something like that happen. Stock photos are fake from a distance. We've all seen these things. It's the person in the suit going like this. It's the woman reading what's on her computer screen and you're over her shoulder. It's all kinds of static, fake looking stuff. And some of the stock photography is good. I don't mean to bash all of it, but a lot of stock photography is fake looking. And it doesn't have real, it does have real people in it, obviously, but it feels like acting. So I stay away from stock photography. Also, Google Images, there's copyright issues with some of them. Don't get messed up on a copyright issue with Google. Just don't. And a lot of the photos are fuzzy and stuff like that. Anyway, it's been a long time since that was the only game in town. So go to one of those places, Pixabay, Pexels, one of those where actual photographers work, and tip those people because you get the photograph for free, and stock companies absolutely want to rob you. So, be appreciative. You know how to do these things. All right. Hey, Lisa is here. Welcome. And Mr. Buck Shabarney is here, looking like a superhero. That's because I am one. All right, my friends. So those are a couple of things that I do that you don't have to have any sort of preparation, special software, or money to do in your presentations that will jazz those bad boys up. Now, there are a couple of extra things that I'm doing also during the presentation tomorrow, mainly because people don't generally like seeing talking heads all the time. A lot of webinars are like this. A lot of people do this all of the time. It's just boring to look at, which is why I do certain things in my presentations that allow me to do things like disappear for a second because I want you to see what's behind me. Or I can reappear, and that is, hold on, please. I am not doing this right. There we go. I can reappear and I can have my screen, actually. I can reappear inside my screen. I just did that thing with endless mirrors because I actually have me on my other screen. That's where I monitor your comments. But let me go ahead and turn that off for you and then get big again. Whoop. I need to practice with this thing, people. All right, very good. So there are things like that you can do too. This is a product called 2 M's, an H, and 2 M's. It's available for Mac. It's not available for Windows at this time. Sorry, Windows peeps. Time to get a new computer, wouldn't you say? Anyway, those are some things that I do. I also have overlays and different things that I can put on the screen at different times, and that helps people as well. It just kind of helps break up what you've got going on. If the only thing that they're staring is at your face, even if it's an entertaining face, it gets old after a while. So also want you to think about, here's something completely different that I do. Want you to think about sound effects. Yeah, sound effects. Sound effects are cool. Sound effects are another way to break up kind of in an audio way. You want to, even though you're online, and I know a lot of people are like, I can't respond to the audience. I can't do all the things that I do, and it's going to be a huge drag, and it's going to be boring. It doesn't have to be. One of the tricks to having it not be boring, employ more of the senses than just the visual. Employ a little bit of sound. Kind of like that. I mean, there's also this. Inconceivable! I love that guy so much. And here's another one that I love, and he is saying one of my favorite words in the English language.
Engage.
That is right. Captain Picard will always be the best captain for me. And not at the exclusion of the other captains. I think they're cool too. But Picard, that's the one I watched in the 90s. I'm dating myself a little bit. Let's get back on track, shall we? So you're gonna want things like visuals to put up. You're going to also potentially want things like extra cameras. Hello, darling. You're going to maybe want to project your phone. You're going to maybe want to project your iPad onto the screen. There are tons of things that you can add that are software and expense related if you want to. I'm a nerd, all right. I nerd for a living. And that means there's a lot of electronics on this desk. If you weighed the electronics and then you weighed the other things that were not electronics on this desk, you're going to come out in favor of the electronics, is all I'm saying. Anyway, so those are some of the monetary things that you can do to improve. And I'm certainly at this moment picking out music, because I tell you, I go to these live events and they have that music stuff on, and it just makes me want to dance in my chair. So why not have a dance moment? Picking out music, picking out cool things to do, picking out, how can I make this lively and how can I make how can I make it engaging? Drinking coffee now. Mm-hmm. Hello, nieces and nephews. Anyway, how can I make it engaging? One of the ways to do it is, of course, ask people questions. It's one of those things that I say all the time, and I'll be talking about even further tomorrow. By the way, if you haven't signed up, you know what crawl is coming at you next. Skyrocket Live. Get your tickets. Anyway, so what kind of things can I do to be engaging, to be more engaging? I also do some questions for the audience that they can maybe answer, and then I can throw into a word cloud, or have people vote on something, or gauge the temperature in the room. I know one speaker who constantly, he'll give pretty long speech, but during the entire thing, he'll go, say yeah if you agree, and then a bunch of people will go yeah. So I mean, that's one thing that you can do. I don't necessarily do that thing, but that is a little trick that other people do use. Myself, that's hard in a Zoom call, because I want to shut the sound off when I want to shut everybody's mic off. I do my stuff in Zoom. Here's the one reason why. Zoom is not my huge favorite at this moment, but I can see my audience in Zoom. I can react to my audience in Zoom. I can tell whether they're bored. I can tell whether they're sleeping. I can tell whether they're on another screen. I can tell all of these things. And I can adjust my presentation accordingly. Oh, yeah. Because that really blows it out of the water. When you're noticing a lot of people on their phone, fantastic. Why don't we add a little element here that will help them? Let's have them start typing in answers to questions. Let's start having them maybe vocalize some answers to questions. That's a huge thing for me. Reacting off of the audience. None of the other webinar things really allow me to react the way that, or allow me to watch the audience reaction the way that I want to. So I'm currently using Zoom for all that. I don't like Zoom either. Move to Clastra. Yeah. People are moving. It's not going to hurt Zoom at this point. They've made some money. Anyway, they're nice people. They should make money. It's fine. But anyway, so those are some things that I'm doing to prep for my show, for the live event tomorrow. Those are some things that I'm putting under my belt. Maybe not all of it will work. Maybe only very little of it will work. I don't know. But Well, some of it I know works. Some things I'm trying brand new for the first time. So you'll have to attend to see what I'm talking about. But make sure that you're not just a talking head. Make sure to have a little crawl of text. Make sure to celebrate things every once in a while. Oh, whoops. God, that's my favorite Christmas movie, everybody. Elf, everyone. There are so many things that you can do to spice up that experience. So those are the things that I'm doing. I will catch you at 10 o'clock tomorrow, but not right here. SkyrocketLive.com. That's where you sign up to attend. That's where I want you to go right now if you haven't already, because I'm getting all excited. We even have a VIP ticket where you can attend a little thing I'm doing tonight, little pre-game show. We're going to have a great time, and I hope that you're with me. If you're not, you can attend this show wherever you're watching from. And you can, I'm here every day of the week, every weekday. I'm here every weekday, but I won't be here tomorrow because I'm doing my event. So that's all that I have for you today. Want to thank you for stopping by. And my friends, as always, I'll see you in a bot.